I took Ashley through a 7-day challenge to show her how easy it is to take these sustainable steps to move forward with her weight loss and muscle building goals. In this video, I'll show you the most effective steps that Ashley used to start dropping weight just in as little as 7 days. And guess what? You can use them too. Before we get into the exact strategies, let's just see where Ashley stands in terms of her fitness and weight loss journey.
All right, so I am here today with Ashley Shepard, and she volunteered to take part of my 7-day little sprint challenge. So my goal is to simply just collect some data from her today, some information, and give her some like doable strategies that she can start doing right away to help her dial in some nutrition and goals. So Ashley, what's up? How you doing?
Doing great.
That's awesome.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. Appreciate you volunteering to do this. So first, like, tell me a little bit about you, like age, family life, just kind of in a nutshell, like where are you at right now in life, you know, as far as family wise and stuff like that, career, job.
Okay, so I am a mom of 3. I have a full-time job in the insurance industry, but I'm also a photographer.
Oh wow, you did a lot. So you got photo and you're in insurance, so you stay busy.
I do, and then 2 kids in sport,
Yes.
and then one of them as a toddler, so I'm always running around and doing.
And being a mom's a job
It
in
is.
of itself too.
Yes.
Yeah, all right. What exactly is your health and fitness goals at this point, you know?
So I am 10 months postpartum, and over this past year, I really have not focused on myself because
Yeah.
I'm so busy doing other things.
Right.
So my goals are to get back prior to this last baby. So I'm currently about 180 pounds,
So
and I,
probably 180.
I would like to drop 35, 40 pounds if I
Okay,
could.
so drop 30. So that would put you around like, 145 or something
Yeah.
like that? Why is that important to you right now at this stage of your life? Because how old are you?
I am 33.
Okay.
So it's important to me because I know that my children are still going to need me for a lot longer. They're very small. So I want to stay healthy so that I can chase them
Yeah.
and be, up to par with
Yeah.
the lifestyle that we need to live.
Yeah, and what do you think is the biggest like challenges that you face and probably a lot of other moms?
Yes. So my biggest challenge is once I get to work in the mornings, I find myself to where I focus. And some days I look up and it's 3, 4 o'clock and I've missed
Yeah.
lunch. I haven't even done anything yet. So definitely food and remembering to eat.
So food, just, and trying to navigate that and along with just a sedentary job. All right. And are you doing anything consistently for like breakfast, lunch, dinner? Like what does that look like most days?
This looks like Dunkin'. I skip this and then whatever's on the table are going out the
What do you get from Dunkin'?
avocado toast.
All right. So lunch, you just most of the time skip it.
A lot.
Is this like, so in between breakfast and lunch, are you doing any kind of snacking? Is there like candies in the office? You're snacking on Tootsie Rolls or anything like that, or just nothing?
If they're there, I'll eat them, so I don't even bring them out.
All right. So then any kind of patterns to dinner?
No, we do a lot of out to eat.
Just kind of what y'all do as a family?
Yes.
Just simpler for y'all just to swing through like a sit down, or is it drive through fast food and go home?
We do a lot of sitting down at dinner when we have time, but on Mondays and Wednesdays, my daughter does cheer in Cartersville, so we are not home until after about 10:15, 10:30 on those nights, and we do a lot of Taco Belling
Okay.
and little days.
So exercise, any kind of consistency with that right now? Does that even exist? Do you know your current steps average? Do you keep up with that do you have an iPhone?
I do
Do you have your phone on you most of the time?
most of the time, but I
Can you
haven't.
grab it right quick?
Can.
We'll pull that up. Yeah, we'll pull that up. You can open up the health app and then click on steps. So here we go. So that's where you're at today. So you're averaging around, let's just call it 2,500 steps a day average. So yeah, that's low. What I like to do in this case is instead of like giving you just like this standard 10,000 steps a day goal, what you hear a lot on fitness, Facebook pages and Instagram and stuff. So that's too much of a jump for you to go from 2,500 to 10. So what I recommend doing is just trying to add a minimum 2,000 more
Okay.
and get your daily steps up to like 4,500, to 5,000. Let
Okay.
that be your new goal. So like every 10 minutes of walking equals 1,000 steps.
Okay.
So to get 2,000 more steps would be a 20-minute walk. Yes. So walking is so underrated for like general health, fat loss, mental health. Yes, it is kind of cold this time of year, but just historically, my clients that have prioritized just getting a 20, 30-minute walk every day, major difference in like their progress. So that would be the first goal. Is I would tell you right away is try to just go ahead and work in 2,000 more steps a day. Steps. And then right now honestly, before I would have you start doing any kind of weightlifting, I would actually just want to see you get in a groove of steps and then dial in some nutrition.
Okay.
Once you get some momentum going with that, that's when I would say, all right, you can do this, crawl before you walk, prove to me you can do this basic stuff first. And then what I would normally do is then plug in like maybe a 3-day at-home workout with some weights and dumbbells. And then for breakfast, so this avocado toast that you're having from Dunkin', so the only thing I see with that is it's actually a pretty good option. Like, I give you credit there. It's just lacking protein. So like, I would like for you to try to gain like 25 to 30 grams of protein for every time you eat.
Okay.
Or front load. So like, this would be a great opportunity for you to keep eating your avocado toast, but then maybe throw in like a 42 gram or a 26 gram Fairlife shake. If you can get it down, that's great, because it's 42 grams of protein. Them things, I mean, for it to have 42 grams of protein in one bottle, and then you're going to get a little bit from the avocado, you're talking 45 grams of protein just like right there. I would keep doing the toast, but then do the 42 gram Fairlife. They're called Core Powers. Lunch. So I would definitely try to do like the idea of a sandwich for lunch.
Sandwiches.
So there's so much power in just the simplicity of a sandwich and protein Quest chips. So like, that's something that you don't require any cooking. There's a company called Doughjoy that makes bread that has 7 grams of protein per slice. We actually sell it over at Spartan, or you can order it straight from them. They're a small business out of Cincinnati, Ohio, but you throw 3 or 4 pieces of deli meat on that and a slice of cheese and whatever else you want, and have a bag of Quest chips, you're talking 50 or 60 grams of protein.
Okay.
Just out of a sandwich and chips. And that's something you can just prep the night before, keep the chips at your office or whatever. You can buy a variety box of them at Sam's, Walmart. We sell them at Spartan. So I would do a sandwich for lunch plus the chips. That's going to be another 50 to 60. So already 60 plus the 42, look where you're at. So your goal for you, I would start off, gosh, if we could get you up to 100 grams a day starting off, that would be great, minimum. And then eventually I'd like to see you doing like 130, 140. But already, 60, 70, or you're bumping 100 right there. And then for the dinners, so I'm not going to tell you to stop eating out. So I would just shoot you my restaurant guide. So I did all the legwork for you. I love eating out and having variety. So I went to all the popular restaurants and I put together what I call like a little cheat sheet on meals you can get at restaurants that keep the calories kind of in check, and then the protein like 30 or 40. So that includes Mexican, that's Texas Roadhouse. I'll shoot that to you. So it's totally possible. Like, most of these restaurants list the calories and the protein on their website. So I would just give you a template to try to shoot for. Even if you went to a restaurant that wasn't on my guide, I would just say, Ashley, shoot for keeping your meal between, 400 to 600 calories and 30 grams of protein minimum. And if you get any kind of meat, you're going to be there, whether that's chicken, whether that's ground beef, steak. If you just keep it protein focused and then working in some kind of decent carb and greens or whatever, if you go to a Mexican restaurant, you got taco salad, you can do the steak or chicken fajitas, just, be mindful. Usually I'll just maybe 1 tortilla.
Yes.
And just go sparingly on the sour cream and black beans, and I'll count out like 10 chips, push the rest away. Just that alone is going to be probably 600 calories and, 30 grams of protein. So that's totally doable. Like I said, I would just keep it around 600 calories and then 30, plus 30 grams of protein right there on the dinner. So that's gonna be the easiest way to get your protein up to 100 plus a day. And that between that alone and your daily steps, you're talking like putting jet fuel to your metabolism like crazy.
Awesome.
So and then what does sleep look like? Like, is that pretty consistent? Do you go to bed about the same time every night, or when you go?
Really sleep a lot. And this past year has been terrible for sleep for me. I was involved in a heater malfunction with a trip that I was on. And so I have a lot of insomnia and like not able to sleep because it happened while we were sleeping, and like just making sure my family's okay and that we're not gonna be in a fire. So I've been dealing with a little bit of like anxiety, insomnia at nighttime. So I'm really focusing on myself for that. And so sleep, I'm waking up like every hour or so, and I can go back to sleep, but I just have to make sure everything's fine, and then I can go back to sleep. So sleep is pretty much little bits, and I don't even lay down in the bed usually until at least 11 o'clock at night, and then back up in time for the morning.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of things that we can't control, like that's one of you're doing something, emotional, but like I just want to make sure like it's not like just bad habits, like you're purposely staying up scrolling TikTok for like hours until you're like dropping the phone in your face, like that's being like irresponsible. Like something like that can be controlled, So in this whole world or ecosystem of like hormones and immune system, like if I had to, rank what was most important, it is sleep. I've personally tried to dial in my sleep better over the past few years, and I could see a difference. So, but like I said, I know there's certain things that you can't control. Just be aware of that. Trying to get in bed about the same time every night, putting the phone down about 15 minutes, 20 minutes for you, just lay in bed, read a book. It knocks me out. I've even, there's stuff we can get into like blue light blockers if you do want to look at your phone, with the glasses to keep your brain from being stimulated. So I'll shoot you over some information on glycine, because like I said, I'm gonna put together a kickstart packet for you, and with a kind of a recap of this conversation, I'll have some cool recipes for the sandwich and some other things on my restaurant guide. And if you're watching this video, if you want a copy of the restaurant guide, just drop a comment below, just put guide. But yeah, I think that's it. We're gonna wrap this up. I'll get all this emailed to you, and then we'll try to do like a meetup in like 7 days, maybe through Zoom, just to kind of see how things are going. And in between that, shoot me some pictures of some steps.
Okay.
In a few days, I want to see that up to like 4,000.
We're headed to New York.
Yeah.
I'll be stepping a lot this weekend. I'll get it off to a good start.
Well, cool. I'm excited to see how you do over the next 7 days. My goal for you is to let this be so doable that you just keep going with it after 7 days. So appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll catch you in 7 days. Bye. Well, cool. How was your trip?
It was awesome. We had a lot of fun, and I definitely did a lot of walking.
Hey, so you kind of cheated.
I did. One day, I think I was at almost 15,000 steps.
All right. So what's your current average showing now?
I dropped to I want to say it was 6,000 last time I looked, but I'll need to view it to see what it is after a couple more days back.
I'm looking on our conversation here, and you first sent me your screenshots of your averages. You were like 2,500, 2,600 average per day. And I know that's one of our main things that we wanted to try and find a way to get your steps average up. So now that we're back home from the New York trip, what's some of your thoughts on that? How are you going to try to find ways to get that up, whether it be like movement snacks through the day or intentional walks when you get home? What are your thoughts on that?
So coming right back, of course, it was Christmas. There was a lot of things going on. I was doing a lot of entertaining at my house during that time, and so I was having to be more intentional about it. Yeah. But now that I'm at work and back on routine, I have a parking lot here that's great to do walks in. I have coworkers who will go with me and do walks, and I have another coworker who actually signed up for your challenge, so she's going to be doing that. So we're going to kind of do the walking and stuff together. So it should be a lot easier, but it was something I had to be very intentional about over the holidays.
For sure, yeah. I think the holidays for all of us was kind of just it's good times. I know we're all blessed to have families and stuff, but I think part of us are also ready to get back on normal routines and all that stuff too. I know even right now I'm in Colorado and lots of food, and I just had to go for like a 45-minute walk because I've been laying around the cabin all day, past couple. So I'm loving all the food and the family, but I'm also ready to get back in my groove of my walking and stuff like that. So I know that my goal for you was to get your steps averaged up to like 5,000 a day. That was only going to require you to add another 2,500 per day. And if you do the step math, that's going to require you to do like a 20-30 minute walk per day. And I'm not sure how long your coworkers walk. Do they walk for like 20-30 minutes?
We have 2 15-minute breaks, so we could go on both 15 minutes. So I could do about 30 minutes a day.
No, I love that. That's perfect. Yeah, I think, man, yeah, if you can knock those walks out while you're at work, that way you don't have to worry about it when you get home or in the evenings, man, that's great. Just getting in them extra steps. So that's cool. I like that idea. Of course, this time of year it gets dark so early, but when the time does change and it starts getting dark at like 9, you could always go grab like an evening walk also, if you want to raise the bar even more, maybe get your steps up to like 7 one day. But like I said, I'm all about baby steps. So
yes.
Right now, if we just get it up to 5,000 average per day, that's a huge win for you. How are we doing? Have you been back long enough to get back in a groove of like the Dunkin' avocado toast and Fairlife shake? Have you tried that yet?
Yes. So I've actually been doing the Core Power Shake, and I was very weirded out by the texture of that, but I've been able to do those just fine. Normally I can't tolerate the texture of shakes, but those were good for me. So I have been doing those. Some mornings I haven't been on the routine of Dunkin', so I've actually not had a single avocado toast, but I've used the restaurant guide whenever I've gone out to eat. And then I actually did, like, I couldn't make a sandwich one morning, so I went by Subway that morning and got a steak and egg breakfast sandwich, which was a lot of protein. And then I went ahead and grabbed my sandwich for lunch that day too in the same stop, so that I had both covered. So I've definitely been more intentional.
Well, cool, yeah. So like my biggest goal for you was to, like, whether you do your Dunkin' avocado toast and the Core Power shake or whatever, just try to get in like 40 grams of protein for breakfast. I call that like front loading. If you can go ahead and get in 40, 50 grams of protein for breakfast, that's less you got to catch up, later that day. Has the restaurant guide come in handy? Have you enjoyed seeing all those options?
Yes, and it has been so handy that last night I ended up at Las Palmas and I was like, wait, Las Palmas isn't on here. What do I do? And then I remembered you said taco salad, so that's what I had for dinner.
Yeah, taco salad's my go-to. That's really the safest bet for like a Mexican restaurant. Of course, sometimes I'll get them to add black beans and, some guacamole or salsa. I can usually make it work. But yeah, the black beans will add another like 15, 20 grams of protein, that chicken with salad. So yeah, next time you go, just order a side of black beans, dump that on the chicken salad. You'll add another 15, 20 grams of protein right there.
Awesome.
A lot of good fiber. Awesome. Have you had time to put any thought towards like just adding like 2 or 3 more bottles of water to your daily routine? I know you probably haven't been back on enough to find a routine with that yet, but.
No, I did see on your grocery guide too, the sparkling ices were on there. So my husband sells those, so we have them stocked in our fridge most of the time. So while I was at home over the break, I had more of those because it has the flavor, and I was good about drinking that. And then while I've been back at work, I've had my Stanley Cup where I can just continue to fill that up. And my goal is to try and at least fill it up once while I'm here, since it's a little bigger.
Awesome. And yeah, I sent you a lot of like other meal ideas. I don't know if you saw the little rice cake, turkey guacamole thing. That's a cool snack. I know it looks a little weird. Usually when I show people that picture, they're like, whoa, what is that? And they're just basically open-faced rice cake sandwiches. But I think they're great. They got the crunch, it's got the honey, the guacamole on there, and the deli meat. And you can get in, like I said on that right there, that's 360 calories for 34 grams of protein, which is pretty amazing. So that's something you just scrap together at the office. I'm not sure if you have like a little break room or a mini fridge. You can just keep the deli meat in, but that's something you can do too, if you're ever short on time.
Yeah, I do have a fridge in my office, so.
Yeah. As far as, did you get a chance to order the glycine supplement yet?
I have not. I actually looked at that at lunch today, and I have it in my cart, so I'm going to check out with that here soon, and then I'll start on that, and I'm going to add the magnesium too.
Yeah, magnesium and glycine should dial in your sleep a little bit more. I know that was one area that you were kind of struggling in, is staying asleep. So this helped me wonders. The glycine puts me into a deeper REM sleep, which your REM sleep is for like mental restoration, and then the magnesium is more for like physical. So you'll be attacking it from both angles by taking the magnesium and the glycine. So yeah, definitely take that. Well, cool. Really, that's really all I want to do in this call, is just kind of go over a few things. And I know as far as your workouts go, didn't we just suggest that you start logging your workouts for strength on a workout app?
Yes, once we get the walking under control and make sure that we're doing that, then we're going to add in the strength stuff.
Yeah. Let's get the protein where it needs to be, and then the steps and the water. Get your sleep dialed in a little bit. But then maybe in about a month from now, let's try to circle back. I'll put it on my schedule to circle back with you, and we'll try to start doing maybe 3 days a week just at home. You said you had a gym at home that we can use?
I have equipment, and in my office I have the bicycle, and I also have a stair stepper. Neither have been used, but I've purchased both of them, so I'm going to put them to use now.
All right, well, cool. But yeah, I'm gonna put it on my calendar I'm not just gonna let you off the hook that evening. So I'm gonna actually put it on my calendar to circle back with you in like 2 weeks. And I want you to send me screenshots of your step count and maybe shoot me some pictures of some meals you're doing. I want to see some high protein stuff going on, and let me know how the supplements are doing. And but yeah, we'll just keep pushing forward with it. Looking forward to seeing how you feel in a couple of weeks.
Awesome. I can't wait.
All right, Ashley. Well, it's good talking to you, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you. Enjoy your trip.
Yes, thank you. I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye.
I really enjoyed talking with Ashley and helping her navigate through some of her personal challenges and helping her get some momentum on some of her goals. If you feel like you could benefit from talking with me and working with me on some of your goals, I'm going to drop a link below. Click that and let's book a call and talk.